Chuck is having a hard time docking his sailboat. It's just a little bonk. Ahoy hoy, I am Captain Boomy's professional mariner, former yacht captain, and occasional docking coach. And today, we're gonna watch Chuck get bullied by the wind in his marina. And I'm gonna pick it apart and tell you what I see as somebody who floats boats professionally. First of all, let me say that I really enjoy Sailing Intuition with Chuck Mooring's videos on YouTube because he goes out there and he shows you what it's like. He doesn't do a lot of fancy editing to make himself look better, like some people. Oh, me? Thanks. So Chuck took 4 attempts to get into his slip on this windy day. And I'm just going to focus on a few moments where he made some good decisions and some moments he made some less good decisions. But his overall plan is to pull into his marina, go past his slip, and then take advantage of his port prop walk to make the pivot back into his slip. Perfect plan. In his first attempt, he lined up in the center of the fairway. And I didn't fully understand this because of the direction of the wind. So the wind is pushing on the starboard side of his boat. And I didn't fully get it until I saw this. This crazy anchor sticking way out into the fairway off the starboard side. And now I totally understand why he feels like he should avoid that side of the marina. But don't be a wimp. If the wind's gonna blow you off it, you can get really close to it. The problem with this first attempt is that he's going too fast. He should have taken the boat out of gear and forward a long time ago so that he had almost 0 speed by the time he puts it in reverse. So instead what happens is here he puts it in reverse and there's way too much time for the wind to keep acting on the boat and pushing it sideways. Plus he's got a good bit of prop walked port to overcome while having, you know, no water over the rudder in reverse for a while. If there's no other forces acting on your boat, it will naturally lay a beam to the wind. I think Chuck understands this, which is why he goes for a pivot on his next attempt. Meaning that his plan is to go and lay his bow on the piling at the front of his slip and then allow the wind to take his stern into the slip. The problem is, I seriously doubt his slip is wide enough for him to put that piling far enough forward on his boat to actually act as a pivot. The width of the slip is probably less than half the length of his boat, which would mean that he'd only have that piling to stop him right about here. And so he would have to really goose his engine to make the rest of that pivot happen. And that's just an uncomfortable time for everybody, including your transmission. In any case, Chuck abandons this option and he really does a great job of not continuing to panic and overcorrect and maybe kick his stern hard into his neighboring boats by cutting the helm too hard to starboard to get away. So good job, Chuck. And this is where he makes the decision to do what I call a victory lap. He's gonna pull all the way out of the marina and start over, try the whole thing from the top. I love this. Woo! Yeah! Victory! If ever I'm having a less than elegant time pulling into a slip,
Why can't I get this?
and I need a mental reset to collect myself and stop screwing up, I take what I call a victory lap. I pull all the way out of the marina, get my head on straight, and then make a new attempt. Sometimes just saying victory lap is enough. Taking your brain outside and allowing yourself the emotional space to say, hey, I'm just gonna try this over again. We're all good. gives you just enough of those brain cells that were rotting away, panicking about the wind and the whatever, to allow you to realize, hey, I have enough water over the rudder. I'm far enough to the side. If I take it out of gear, which is what he's doing right here, I'm going to make this turn and it's gonna be elegant and beautiful. Look at him go. And here he gives it just a bump of reverse to take advantage of a little bit more of his port prop walk to finalize that pivot into the slip. Beautifully done. Let's recap. First, plan for your boat to lay perpendicular to the wind at 0 speed. When you are in gear, plan for your bow to do whatever the wind wants it to do. And then if everything is going to hell, take a victory lap. Tell everybody on your crew, we're taking a victory lap. Be sure to wave and smile as you go by on your victory lap out of the marina, and then come on back in. And finally, the tip that I say over and over and over again, take the boat out of gear, especially on a sailboat. You got a big honkin' rudder that'll do a better job of maneuvering the boat than working with your engine well. Big, big, big thank you to Sailing Intuition with Chuck Mooring. Thank you for showing us all from the cockpit what's going on with your sailing. I think it's really valuable for other people to watch it and to read your captions, because you're 100% right. If you're still here watching me pick on this poor sailor, like button, subscribe, yell at me in the comments. I appreciate it because the algorithm likes it and it tells me to keep making more videos. And I know that I haven't made enough videos recently. I'm sorry, it's spring, it's commissioning season, and it's hectic. Oh, and I was on a bunch of podcasts. There's a link somewhere if you want to hear me tell some sailor stories. Whew! Do I really have to edit this?